What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here in Warframe with the guys in the clan. We're doing these mutation runs to try to get the nav coordinates. I've already done 2 runs with the guys against Alad V, so I now have the system and I have the chassis for Mesa. So we're getting close. I should have the helmet soon, hopefully. Just need to do a run. So anytime anyone wants to hit me up for the runs, I can do that as well, happily. But just trying to farm this stuff out a bit. Okay, so I got dual heat swords here with crossing snakes this time. Alright, so the last video I used Limbo with the dual ether. And that had swirling tiger. And this one is the dual heat swords with the crossing snakes. So relatively the same type of weapon. It's been a heated debate forever as to which one is the better of the two. And I think that's based really on how you play the weapon and which your best style. Now, right now I actually am a little bit slower in what I'm doing here because of how I have it modded up. And that's really because I wanted to show you some of the animations here, which of course I haven't used crossing snakes in such a long time that I don't remember all the animations, so it'll take me a little bit to get used to it. But so I was also asked which do I prefer more. For my style, I'm going to tell you that I like dual heat swords over the dual ether. Like I said, they're both really good, but my personal play, I prefer the dual heat swords with the crossing snake stance for a couple of reasons. One, the dual heat sword itself has a really awesome heat AoE proc, okay? And it's a very large range for this heat AoE. So when you slam attack, you're going to get that heat AoE. Now, when you add it in here with crossing snakes, you see what just happened there. A couple of the actual combos will pull out that heat AoE as well on the end of it. And that really is a nice feature. Now, just like that right there. So, if you're really into the heat proc, the AoE type of stuff, and it can be a great thing to have at high levels, this would probably be the way, the weapon that you'd really want. See, the dual ether does not have a very large slam attack, and doesn't have that heat on it. So, in most instances, this is where I would go first. I've also attached electric to this just because I wanted to try something, but that's most likely going to come off in my build, my final build on this, because I am rebuilding it. And I can tell you that most likely I will just play this thing with full heat as I have in the past. But we'll see how that goes and what other changes I do here. But in almost any case, for me, that AoE on this is going to take precedence, and I will take that over the other stuff, especially with the damage from it. Now, a couple other things that I really like with the dual heat swords, if you're not aware of it, or if you haven't really thought about it, think about taking the dual heat sword and tying it up with Valkyr. Okay? Now, Valkyr's ultimate, okay, yes, she has the punching fists, or whatever you want to call them, right? Her ultimate. But it does take the elements from your current melee weapon. Same as the ground slam. So if you're running Valkyr and you have the dual heat swords on, when you do a slam, you're going to get that heat proc out of it, which is just pretty awesome. Now right now I'm running Ember because we're in the infested and I wanted to run Ember and go all out here. Look at that 17,000 crit plus a couple other crits. Right here, slam attack, take out all the little leeches. So in certain instances, like here in the infestation, something to have that extra procking is going to be awesome, especially with those leeches now from the brood mothers. So that's just the way it is. But yeah, so I'm closing in on Limbo. I just got to put the video stuff together for Limbo, and I've got a build that you guys have seen me been running for a couple weeks, and I'm really heavily into it now. I'm liking it just the way it is. I don't think it's going to fit everybody's taste, so you're going to probably have to do some tweaking. But if you are pretty similar to my style, which which I know a lot of people are, from the clans, some friends and whatnot, then you're probably going to really enjoy it. Of course, part of Limbo is you really have to work the abilities and know how to use them at the right time. And of course, when you want to do team play, it's really good to know what's going to work well. Like we just did that video where Callsign used Banshee, and we were testing that theory with the Cataclysm, where the Cataclysm helps regenerate some energy in the process. Now, that's not the only frame that can be worked with. You can work with many frames that have their AoEs that use a lot of energy, that can help reduce some of that energy consumption by being in Cataclysm. It's not an end-all be-all, but it can help out a bit. There's still a lot that you obviously have to do from your frame-wise and to tweak it, as Callsign did with Banshee stuff, but having that little extra bit in there, you know, being able to protect the pod, being able to also help everybody get their regen back, it's kind of a nice little thing. So Limbo's not as trolly as what he used to be. Of course, they did change the banish, so that a quick roll will help you get out of that. Now, but yeah, I haven't changed Ember. Ember's still the same way it was when I did the build guide a couple weeks ago. Heat swords, I think I've got this one, not in this video, but I have used it now after with Loki Prime. I changed up my build a little bit, tweaked the speeds of it, and I like it. I would probably take this over the dual ethers, in my opinion. They're both really good weapons to have. The dual ether, though, with the swirling tiger can hit faster, I think, than with the crossing snakes does. But the crossing snakes offers that awesome AoE attack. So in terms of are they paired correctly, yeah. The dual ether with swirling tiger is paired correctly for its stance, as well as crossing snakes pairs perfectly with the heat swords. Again, it's all going to come down to how you want to play it. I can run the dual ether all day long because it's a faster attack, the way I've set it up, and it's going to allow me to take out multiple enemies. At the best, these weapons can take out up to 3 enemies at one time, so they can hit more than one target as well. But you can see all that heat AoE. It's a nice thing to have. And I'm not perfect with stance mods. Everybody knows that. I can't always get the combos. So that's about it there. Yeah. All right. Oops. I went right over. So next up for me will definitely be, we'll be looking into Mesa as soon. Yes, and I can say it however I really want to say it. Just saying that. If I wanted to turn around and go Mesa, I could do that too. All right. So if I wanted to be Jar Jar Binks, I can do that. It's my prerogative. I'm not perfect. I don't always say everything properly. I've had a couple of nice comments from people that have been very nice to share it and help me, you know, in a nice manner, say, you know, here's the proper pronunciation of it and whatnot, and I appreciate that. I do. I've also had a couple people just come after me for how I speak and how I say things, and quite honestly, it is what it is. All right, I'm not perfect. I'm old. I'm a human. It is what it is. But I do appreciate the nice comments that have come, helping me try to change my ways. Not that it'll happen. I'm just old, you know. But I'll try. But in either case, you're there for the video itself to see how I put stuff together when we're talking about that stuff. But I had to bring that out. And in terms of the Acred, okay, I think I said that right there. Yes, I said it wrong in the build video. Everybody came after me for it. A couple of comments were nice about it. I do apologize for saying it wrong, but again, it's like minor. Okay, it's a minor thing. So we had to get these 3 survival runs in really quickly today when the alert came up, because you know the survivals are 10 minutes, so this is basically 30 minutes of running. just to be able to get one of those navs, Alad V navs. So I have a couple now. I think I need one more after this is set up to build a key. And like I said, I've run 2 runs now with the others, and I've gotten the chassis and systems, so I'm just looking to get the helmet. And then I actually have to run the Patient Zero quest to get the blueprint. I haven't even touched it yet. Go figure. But and so I think that, of course, we'll be talking about the Mesa soon, the gunslinger as it will. So we'll stay tuned for that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. I will catch you guys in the next episode. As you can see, lots of melee with this bad boy. And the Murloc is coming up too. I'm still working on that, as you can see. I'll catch you guys next time.